All right. Welcome everybody to Power 30. Today it is September 10th. So something that I want to share with you guys, and it's funny because before we started recording, we were sharing our wins, and Dee Dee mentioned this kind of with her kids getting ready for school on the bus. And I shared this in our Silver Stat chat the other day. And then I've just been thinking more about it. Um, and I think a lot of times, right, we always talk about the positive in Plexus, and it's like put on your dream board. What do you want? Like, what are you looking forward to? Like, vision cast, what is possible? And it's like all the positive things and all the wins and all the things that we want. But for me the other day, and I say all the time, my brain is ruined by Plexus because I can watch a movie, a documentary, listen to a podcast, a song, have a conversation with someone, and I, without a doubt, immediately parallel it to my Plexus business every single time. And so for me, this is the first year my kids are riding a bus. And I have been putting the fear of God in them about missing the bus, right? Like even last year, I knowing they were going to be on a bus this year and they'd be like lollygagging and eating breakfast. And I'm like, next year, that bus isn't staying, it's leaving, right? So I'm like putting the fear of God in them about the bus to like get them moving. And so this year, I started off the first day of school. I got up at 5:50. I went and worked out. I came upstairs, they're still sleeping. I did lunch, like all the things, right? I hate morning. Is anybody else in here like loathe? Like if God could have figured out how to make new days without morning, it would have just been that much better. That's really how I feel. Yeah. All the girls like, yes. Okay. I hate it. It does not matter how much I try to practice being a morning person. It's never going to happen. So don't think by any means, oh, this is easy for her. It is not. So the thought of, I'm going to get up earlier before my kids so I can be more prepared is horrible, right? And I'm laying in bed, my alarm goes off. I immediately am like, I legit have another hour and 10 minutes before they have to get up. I could just hit snooze. Like I'm that person that's not out of bed and I'm thinking about when can I get back in bed, right? All the heads are nodding. I'm in good company. I love this. So it goes off, right? And I'm like, gotta go. We gotta do this. Day one. So I get up. Day two, I'm like, dear Jesus. But then the thought of, do I want to be running around the house in a panic, screaming at my kids, right? Because I used to drive them to school. So like this is how my brain works. You might be with me. Like I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm in the car, I'm beeping the horn, right? But we've got like a 20-minute decompressing ride to school. Like we can, like, hey, everybody relax. Let's have a good day, right? This isn't an option when you get rid of them in the front yard and they go on the bus, right? So it's like, I'm screaming at you inside. Now let's get out to the bus and goodbye. Okay, well, I hope they decompress themselves. Like, I just can't do that. So I'm like, I do not want to be screaming at you. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Like, I don't want our morning departure to be like this, right? So I'm like, if I can get up early and get lunches packed, prep them for breakfast, everything's going to go a bit smoother, right? Because I can pay attention. I can help them get ready, help them get out. I'm not running around like a nut job feeling pressure trying to get the animals fed and all this stuff, right? So for me laying in bed, the thought of getting up early is horrendous. But what's worse is the thought of having a terrible rushed around screaming my head off like a nut job mom morning. That's worse to me. That anxious, rushed feeling. Like we remember how it was to be kids, right? Like you want to get up, you want to kind of move slow in the morning, you want to eat, you want to get dressed, you want to I don't want them to have that rushed anxiety flying out the door, my mom screaming at me, and it very easily can turn into that. So for me, the fear of if I don't get up, and I'm dead honest, this is the only thing that's getting me up early before them. I don't want to be screaming my face off at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. So the fear of that the not wanting to experience that is the reason that I'm like, this sucks so bad, but I'm going to get up and go do what I got to do. And you know what? And we will all attest to this. It only takes a couple minutes of having your feet on the floor and you're over it. Like, give me the cup of coffee. I'm over it. We're good. Right? So I send this into my silver stat. I'm like, you guys are going to think I'm a nut job, which is totally fine. But I'm like, I immediately took this whole thing and put it to my Plexus business. Like, we're always looking at the good and the dream board and then this and that. Like, what about the fear of what you don't want? What about the discomfort of nothing changing? I don't know how many of us have reached out to people about doing anything, products, business, whatever, taking their products, making money, sharing a post. And it's like, they are legit the busiest person in the world you've ever talked to. Like, they're like, I have no time. I have no breathing room. Everything like, this is horrible. And you're like, okay. Right. What if that never changes? What if that's the same forever? What if, like, for me, right? I'm legit going through an identity crisis, if we're being for real. My 2 older kids are at school. I have 1 child. I have gained like 10 hours in my day that I am like, I don't know what to do. My husband sees this as a great opportunity. I am like, I cannot clean for 9 hours a day, 5 days a week. Like, I am getting bored in my Plexus business because I'm like, I've sent so many messages and talked to so many people. I am peopled out. What am I going to do for the next 7 hours? Right? Because I don't have 2 big kids interrupting me every 5 seconds. I'm like having an identity crisis. I'm like, I need friends. I text my one friend this morning, like, you need to retire. We need to really get this Plexus thing off the ground. You need to retire because I need a friend. Lisa, I am Brian. Okay. I'll be Brian's friend because this is where I'm headed right now. What the heck am I going to do with all these hours? Right? So I'm like the opposite of everybody right now. They are like, I'm so busy. I'm like, yeah, but I can get this done so fast, right? It's us with kids. Ladies, how fast would we have cleaned our house? Like this, me now without kids, I clean this whole thing in 20 minutes, right? Danielle's like, I'm gonna scrub me some kitchen floors. Watch me. Like it used to take me hours to clean when I didn't have kids. We just like, now I'm like, get this done. So I'm having this identity crisis of like, and I'm like, okay. And my daughter even said, and like, this is going on the record. I'm not saying I'm having another baby. Just say that. She says, well, I guess you should just have another baby since you have nothing to do. That's what Millie said. She's 8 years old, you guys. Right? But like, the thought I'm having is my 1-year-old goes to school in like 3.5 years. What the heck am I going to do? At least have to take care of him. Danielle's like, you gonna figure it out. We gonna figure it out. But it's like the fear, the thinking ahead, what if I don't do something that I can live the life I want in 3.5 years every single day? What if you're so busy right now you can't even see straight? What if nothing changes in 5 years from now? You're still singing the same song. I don't have money for vacation. I'm scraping money together for sports. I don't have time to do it. Like, what if that doesn't change? What if you want to retire in 5 years and you're like, I want to be done in 5 years. My husband's going to retire. I want to be done. My grandkids, I can help watch them. Like I got 5. What if in 5 years you're still like, oh man, I can't retire? So to me, it was like, we talk about people's pain points with products, right? Or business, like find the pain point. What's the pain point? Because pain points will speak to people more than vision boards sometimes. More than telling people what they could have, figuring out that pain point and working on that pain point will push them more. So it's like, okay, so we need to have the vision boards. We need to have the positive, the vision casting, all the things. But like, what are you more fearful of? If you don't do your work today and you don't grow your business this month or in the next 6 months or in the next year, what are you more fearful of? Are you more fearful of like sending the chicken lister message and like, I don't know what they're going to say. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Like, does that really bother you? Or does the thought of not being a present grandparent or being the mom that's able to do all the things at the school or like, What's the fear? Because that is what's going to push you to be uncomfortable right now. I'm literally like, I need to go double diamond, triple diamond. I need to get as many people diamond as possible just so my husband doesn't have to work. So I just have somebody to like do stuff with. I'm like, all of my friends that have like jobs, we need to get them out of them because we need to do something because I'm going to lose my mind. Right? Like, what is the fear that you're like, I don't want this. This is worse than this. And that's uncomfortable to think of, right? Like we're like, well, I don't want to think about, but like, do I really want to feel XYZ in another year, in another 5 years? Like, what would that feel like? If I felt that way right now, what would that feel like? Like, and like I'm blessed, right? Great Plexus business. Like when Henry goes to school, I'm not going to have to get a job, right? Like it's not a have to. If I want to go get a job, it's because I legit want to. I don't have to. But even though my subconscious knows that, I've had this thought of like, you're going to have to go get a job just because like I was raised like work, work, work. So like that still kicks on of like, if there's nothing to do at home, you should probably go get a job. Right. And I've had that thought and I'm like, okay, I'm blessed that I don't have to, but like there's moms right now sitting home with little kids that are going to keep growing that at some point they're going to be like, okay, well, they all went to school. I have to go get a job now. I haven't worked for 10 years because I've been raising kids for 10 years. And now I have to go get a job. And I'm like, oh my gosh, those poor moms. Like, what the heck? So it's like just thinking about what you're okay, I'm gonna read Nicole's. My fear is time passing and nothing changing, then looking back and regretting not intentionally utilizing the time. Yeah. Yeah. Looking back and being like, oh my gosh, I should have done this. And like, guys, for me, we'll just say my kids are gone about, we'll just say 8 hours, whatever. So they're gone 8 hours. And I'm doing the same things that I did when they were home, right? I straighten the house up every single morning. I do the same routine, laundry, dishes, wipe the counter down, like all the things. I'm on calls, I'm sending messages, right? But it's not so sporadic, right? I need a snack, I need a drink. Can you help me? Can you come here? I need help with this, like, so something that took like 4 hours now takes me an hour, right? But it also shows me like the intentionality of like when I would sit down and I would just like, I just need a break. And I would scroll. And I don't even know how long I scrolled. And I'm now like, wow, I'm in more messages since school has started, honest, more messages. Sent out more cards since school has started than I think probably all summer. And I'm not like on my phone all day. And I was thinking the other day, somebody said to me, some people have asked me like, well, what does your average day like working your business look like? And I was laughing the other day because I was answering some messages while I was playing Magna-Tiles. And I'm like, this is legit what I do. Like, I'm like, it's really hard to tell them like what I do. I'm like, I'm literally playing Magna-Tiles with the baby, answering a couple messages, folding some laundry on a call. But it has me thinking of like the time that we do have, the opportunity we have in the little nooks and crannies that we're wasting, we're not capitalizing on because it's busy. There's a lot going on. There's, da 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 da. Like, but I'm here to tell you, like, there's always going to be a lot going on. It's just going to be the pressure that you feel around it. That's what it is. It's never going to stop. There's always going to be a lot going on. Kids or no kids, it doesn't matter. Because if you don't have little kids and you're a grandparent, you're either with your grandparent or you're taking care of your parents, right? So it's like just the size of the person is the difference. Like there's always somebody taking care of somebody, right? And then it's like there's a lot going on and there's always going to be a lot going on. But what's the pressure that you're going to have around it? If you are making $10,000 a month, that's going to take some pressure and stress off of you. You're going to be able to delegate some things, right? Hire a cleaning lady. Order your groceries instead of going to get them. It's going to take different stresses off and the pressure's not going to be there. But sometimes it's not just the like, oh, I want to earn this much money a month. Oh, I want to travel. I want to go on this trip, leaders retreat. Oh, I want to be a diamond. Oh, I want to be able to travel whenever I want. I want to put my kids in private school. I want to do like, it's not always those things that's going to get people out. If you were like an inspired type of person, that might be something. Dreaming of this, really pushing you for your goals, that might work. But if you also find that like that pain kind of digs at you a little bit more, then maybe you need to think about that. Like, okay, what's scarier than right now? What feels worse than right now? The discomfort. What does that feel like? What does that look like? Like, I don't want to get that. That's worse than this. Running around screaming with my kids at 7 in the morning is worse than getting up an hour early. That's the trade-off there. So what is it for you? So for Nicole, her fear of time passing and nothing changing. The fear is that 3 years from now, she's still a senior gold and she looks back and thinks like, I had a lot more time that I just wasted. I can't believe 3 years has gone by. What have I done? What has changed? Those are the type of things that we do need to think about because it's going to trigger our brain to find a solution because it doesn't want that discomfort. If you think of something that's uncomfortable, your brain is going to solve for it. So if you don't want to do it anymore and you don't want that, and you're like, how do I not get there? How do I avoid that? How do I stay away from that? You're going to find solutions. You're going to get to work. You're going to send the messages. You're going to post with value. You're not just throwing up posts. You're going to follow up. You're going to be close to the fire. And it's not always easy. It's uncomfortable. There's things that you're going to have to like prioritize plexus over. But 5 years from now, that could make all the difference. So I just want to challenge you guys with that. Vision boards, vision casting, big goals, they are great. Carrots, I'm a carrot chaser. I get it. I love them, right? But sometimes to really get ourselves to focus and hone in and think about like, okay, what am I actually doing to move the needle forward? Have I signed anybody up? No. Okay, why? Have I signed people up? Yes. What is working? Okay, duplicate that. Am I letting other stuff get in front of this? Yes. Okay, why? Listen to me, ladies. If you are putting your laundry and your dishes in front of plexus, you really need to figure out what you're avoiding. Okay? Because I don't care if you do every piece of laundry that's in your house, someone's coming home tonight and they're getting undressed. You're already behind. Okay? Now, dishes, you're going to clean all those suckers unless you have paper plates. Somebody's coming home and filling a cup up and putting it in the sink or putting a dirty spoon in the sink. You're already behind, right? So like if you're literally choosing dishes and laundry over moving the needle forward in your business, you're avoiding something. What are you avoiding? Right? So think about that. What's up, Bubs? All done? Okay. Think about that. What is the thing? Like, I'm more fearful of blank. I want to avoid blank. I don't want to look at this as blank in the future. So I'm going to do this now. I'm going to be uncomfortable now. I'm going to make the sacrifices now. I'm going to prioritize right now to avoid blank. And I want you guys to fill that stuff in. So, all right. Happy Wednesday. I hope this spoke to you. We are almost in the middle of the month. 5 more days. Keep working. Keep celebrating yourself. Love you guys. Have a good day.